On the 25th of March, we announced 150 million rands relief fund to assist artists, athletes, technical personnel, and the core ecosystem of the sector. The other part of this fund was open to proposals for live streaming, for live streaming the work of the creatives and athletes, particularly the intergenerational cooperation between younger artists and the legends. To start with the adjudication process under sport, this panel was the first to be appointed on the 9th of April and the first to begin the adjudication process. That day, the 9th of April, was also a deadline for proposals for service provider applications on the proposals for live streaming. On the 23rd of April, more than 300 applications were received, and the disbursement of the funds to successful applicants began. On the 24th, 93 successful applicants received their relief fund. Once more in the sporting sector, after the resubmission of applications were referred back to the federations, a total aggregate of 473 applications were received from 25 sporting federations. And on this, 291 were approved for payment. From the point of arts and culture, the total number adjudicated upon is 1,050, but I must say that more than 1,500 has gone through the hands of the adjudicators. But this is what has been completed. 232 were recommended, meaning as we speak, the process of paying or payment of those started. 603 were not recommended. 203 were referred back to the department. So this is a situation where adjudicators felt maybe something can be done, maybe the department must recheck whether there are any documentation which need to be looked into so that the applicants get their funding, as it were. I can assure creatives that whilst the process has not been as fast as we wanted it to be, because firstly of technical administrative glitches from our side, but two, we then felt that the team, the adjudicating team, which is doing a marvelous job in terms of being very pedantic in ensuring that everything is adhered to. We have decided we are beefing it up to give it more people who are going to be helping to fast track the process, so that at the end of the day, as soon as possible, people get assistance. So that is from the point of view of what we would have dealt with in the relief fund. Firstly, the understanding was that we are doing everything to fast track people getting a relief. So based on that, it was going to be difficult for us to wait for the entire process to finish, because we may take longer, or it may take longer for the process to finish. That is why we said those who have been approved immediately must get their funds. And that's what has been happening. We said that the ceiling is going to be 20,000 rands. So it means whatever you are, if you feel that you've lost 4 million, we won't have that 4 million. We will have this cake to slice for many people, maximum 20,000 rand. But this 20,000 rand does not mean that if we had asked for 5,000 rands or 10,000 rands, you'll voluntarily get 20,000 rands. So you'll get what you would have asked, as long as it doesn't go beyond the ceiling, which is 20,000 rands. Actually, if I may take this opportunity here, that part of the reason why we're having this live streaming, we said it when we started, is that we want to see, especially our public broadcaster, to play local content. And that struggle of creatives is our struggle. We would want to ensure government as a whole, the minister in the presidency here, who's also acting as Minister of Communications, we've made this point, and we've noted what has happened recently, where we're told through research that local content is not played as much as it should in South Africa. Once more, as we pleaded then, we're pleading again that let us see local content, dominating our lives, especially at this time, because that is going to help artists to ensure that they earn a living, their livelihood is better. In fact, soon, sometime next week or week after, the minister in the presidency and I will be engaging our public broadcaster to ensure that we really see this local content, because it doesn't help us to have needle time benefiting people from UK, from US and so on, when we have artists in the country starving. So that is one thing which is coming out of this process. As we do live streaming here, we would want to ensure that it's not just for its sake, but it's for consumption by South Africans from our own artists.
For more, go to ewn.co.za.